Hey everybody, welcome to a quick, hopefully kind of site update video. A couple of little points I wanted to get across to my subscribers. I'm the Mysterious JG. I tried to do a site update video where I was playing on Xbox Arcade Super Street Fighter 2, but man, it just went really poorly. For one thing, it took me forever. It took over half an hour, which was not my intention for this video. Although you might be looking at the time down there and seeing it went over half an hour and laughing at me right now. But this was going to be quick. I guess it depends on how long it takes to do the little match I'm going to do here. But the other thing is that I was trying to kind of play Street Fighter and explain stuff at the same time, because I used to be good enough at Street Fighter that I could do that easily. I played me some Super Street Fighter 2 on the Xbox Arcade. It's the version right before Cammy and Fei Long and T-Hawk and DJ showed up. So it's like the last version before they added those characters. You can play as Bison and Balrog and Vega and Sagat. And everyone's alternate colors are weird. You've got gray Chun-Li instead of red Chun-Li for alternate because of whatever. So I thought I could play that and it would go pretty well, but it didn't go well at all. I was playing as Chun-Li, who I remembered having really high hit priority, but she was getting knocked at, like I would hit the button and, nope, you're not kicking, you're getting kicked. Like getting knocked out of stuff. I wouldn't know. 18 wheels are rolling. So yeah, it was kind of awful, and I was like struggling, not against like Bison, but like against the early guys, and I was like, fuck this. I can't get my message across. I'm embarrassing myself on the YouTube, so that video is gone now. Because this video, if I lose, doesn't matter. I'm just fucking around showing you guys this wrestling game. I didn't preface it by claiming to be good at this game, especially because I don't really remember the controls for this game that well. I figured them out well enough to defeat the Undertaker as William Regal, but who knows what'll happen this time. Anyway, I'm going to let it run on the demo mode for a little bit while I explain a couple of things, so that I'm not trying to explain stuff while I play, because I don't know that that would go that well. Alright, so first things first, I guess real briefly, you've seen this game before on my channel when I was doing filler videos for my Diablo 2 playlist. And you might be wondering why I haven't done any filler videos in a while. Even though the purpose of the filler videos was to keep my playlist matching the playlists of Bobo the Vulture and Grimmeth. Well, mostly matching Grimmeth's playlist, I suppose, because it's the one that, by far, the majority of people who are watching the LP are watching on Grimmeth's channel. Not a lot of people are watching, comparatively speaking, on my channel or Bobo's channel, and that's fine. There's a lot of overlap between who subscribed to each channel. Grimmeth's channel, kind of self-fulfilling prophecy. As people tune into his channel to watch, people who are going to watch on one of the channels tune into his channel too, because it's already got more people watching, so that's where most of the discussion's going on in the comments, blah blah blah, whatever, not a big deal. But at one point I was trying to make all these playlists match, but then Grimmeth's and Bobo's don't match each other in different ways. I thought I could do filler videos every time I had a recording failure and lost a video, but after the first time that happened, it hasn't happened since. And of course, Grimmeth keeps recording videos by himself, which means I'd have to be paying really close attention to his playlist to match them up. But with the whole thing with people's playlists not matching each other's, and I figured I'd have to very rarely record a filler video when I lose footage. But instead, I'd have to record many videos, because there's quite a few individual videos on Grimmeth's channel where he just kind of did countess runs to get runes or whatever. So now it's like, you know what, fuck it, it's not happening. Can't get them to match. There's no way I could match mine to the other two, because they don't match each other. If I try to match with Grimmeth's, then it's going to affect my uploading rate, because I have to keep finding things to record. I'm not doing filler videos anymore. So the ones that you saw, I hope they were cute and enjoyable for you, but I'm not doing them anymore. No longer will the playlists match. You'll have to read the descriptions. If Diablo gets killed and Grimmeth's character isn't even there, you're going to have to read the descriptions if you want to watch me or Bobo kill Diablo. And that's fine. As for the Diablo LP itself, well, it's been interesting. It certainly hasn't gone exactly how I had never LP'd anything together with Grimmeth. It's been an interesting experience, let's put it that way. Not exactly what I thought it was going to be going in, but definitely something that was kind of interesting and enjoyable. Getting savaged by his subscribers, less so, but you know what? You want to talk about how much better the LP would be if he was LPing with anybody other than me? That's, I guess, your prerogative. I'm still having myself a good time, and my skeletons are killing plenty of shit. Moving on. This is the real thing I should have mentioned first. Only mentioned that other stuff because it's SmackDown vs. Raw. But the most important side announcement thing is, I guess, that I'm doing King's Quest with Zerfall over on his channel. Have done, actually. It's finished. King's Quest 2. Recorded King's Quest 2. Let's play together with Zerfall on the Skype. He played the game. I provided the guest commentary. But since it's just a, you know, you walk around, you type in commands, like either one of us could have been playing. It doesn't make a huge difference. But I play, or Sandman, he's a guy. Kind of a little more effective with his trademark music that they didn't want to pay for the rights for, because ECW used to use it without paying for it, but WWE wouldn't be able to get away with that. Anyway, so Zerfall and I are doing that over on his channel, and it's pretty cool. King's Quest 2 is one of the first games I ever remember playing. It was basically that, Starflight, and whatever, like, version of Paint was on the computer we used to have when I was really small. Like, basically, I think it had like a 4-color CGA graphics card, and there was actually a button you could press that would change white to green, because back in the day, it used to be white text on a black screen, and to lower eye strain, they actually had a button where it would not even be affecting the computer; it would be affecting the monitor only, and it would change it to green. So that's the computer I was using back in the days when I was playing King's Quest 2. And as I explained in his LP, my sister and I couldn't figure out how to save and restore games properly because we didn't have a hard drive like you'd think of today. It was 5 1/4-inch floppy drives, and my dad really didn't get involved with helping us, and I'm not sure that he knew either. But we used to play the game, and we tried to win all the way through in one run. That's how we thought you were supposed to play the game. And if you've played King's Quest 2, you can understand that would be extremely frustrating. So I'm doing King's Quest 2 with Zerfall later today, actually. As I should have recorded this video a while ago. I just didn't record it or get it uploaded. But later today I should be doing King's Quest 3, a recording session. May not get it all done in one recording session, but I'm going to be hanging around later today on Skype waiting for Zerfall to show up, or possibly I will get on Skype and he's already been there waiting for me to show up. We're going to get King's Quest 3 done as well. And who knows, sky's the limit. I mean, the sky's not the limit. There's not an unlimited number of King's Quest games, but I definitely remember King's Quest 2, 3, and 4. And then after that I kind of wasn't paying attention to the King's Quest series anymore. So certainly if we get all of those games recorded over the course of time, that would be hopefully enjoyable for you, the good folks at home, to watch. Zerfall's channel doesn't get as much love as it deserves. He's also, he's done a lot of LPs for people who like my RPG LPs of like the SNES era and later Japanese RPGs. Zerfall does LPs of kind of SNES era JRPGs and Game Boy JRPGs that are like really obscure. He'll do games you've never seen before. Which doesn't mean to say they're not good. Sometimes they're fan translations, but they're lovingly done fan translations, and sometimes they're fan translations that were very poorly and laughably poorly done. But they're always fun to watch, and you guys should definitely check them out. And just, for me, the most frustrating thing about Zerfall as an LPer is that he doesn't kind of produce at the same rate that I would. He produced that, given my druthers. You guys, it's not going to matter because he has a back catalog of stuff that he's been doing. So even though it took, like he will admit to himself and joke, it took him a long time to record Eternal Felina. Eternal Felina's done. So just because it took him a long time to get it all recorded and uploaded doesn't mean that you can't watch it in one marathon session if you feel like it. And it's definitely a fun LP. Probably going to hit the half-hour mark before I even start at this point with the gaming. But next thing I wanted to talk about is my LP of Fallout New Vegas. It's kind of a special scenario because it's been going on for forever. I don't really mean that in a bad way, but the fact is, I started recording that game before I went to Afghanistan without posting anything because I wanted Bobo to be able to periodically post videos for my channel so that if I couldn't LP, the idea was that Bobo could record videos to my channel once a week or so, and that it would kind of keep my channel alive I'd probably lose a lot of my regular, you know, semi-regular viewers. I certainly probably wouldn't gain subscribers during that period, but I figured it would, some of the people who were watching would stick with me while I was, originally it was only going to be 6 months overseas anyway, it turned into 15. But, yeah, the point is, Fallout New Vegas has been going on for, like, a year and a half now. And I've got to figure out how to end it. Because I know what I'm going to LP next as far as, you know, quote, action, run-and-gun type of games. So, ironically, I had... Sorry, what was I saying? Yeah. Ironically, somebody actually posted, like, trolling me. They got really mad about something I said. I was only joking around, but they took me at face value and I said something really sexist. And I was kidding, but it was in response to something that happened in the game, so I kind of had this, like, joke. But, the point was that, like, they were like, man, you're just a dumbass jock. Probably a frat boy, unless you're still in, like, middle school. Stupid jocks playing their dumbass first-person shooters. And it kind of made me laugh because, like, Fallout is the nerdiest possible first-person shooter because it's all RPG elements. It's kind of set in a sci-fi-ish future world. And if you'd looked at anything else on my channel, it's like fucking historical strategy games, Japanese fantasy games. I mean, it's like the nerdiest channel ever. But anyway, Fallout New Vegas, I guess the closest thing I have to being like a frat boy who plays bouts of Call of Duty when I get sick of Madden. I know I'm playing wrestling. That's kind of a frat boy thing too. But that's that LP. It's been going on for forever, and I need to end it. I know what I'm doing next, and although I'm occasionally act like I'm coy about it, I think I've revealed that the next game I'm going to play when I finish Fallout New Vegas, that's a kind of an action event, is Mass Effect, which is the only shooting game that's even nerdier than Fallout, because it literally is set in a sci-fi future, and you spend a ton of time talking to, like, alien chicks who are supposed to be hot. So that's a total nerd thing, too. But I really want to play Mass Effect. I want to play all three of them over the course of, you know, a long time, probably. And I'll do that whole thing where I kind of do a one-man, off the seat of my pants, Mystery Science Theater treatment of dialogue. So it's not as fun as Mystery Science Theater, where they have a team of writers who actually, like, you know, have several passes at a script before they actually record anything. I'll be doing it seat of the pants by myself, so it won't be as clever. But that's kind of the approach that I take with these games, and I think it'll be enjoyable. So I need people, A, to talk about, you know, in the comments. I'm asking for comments on this. Let me know whether you actually would have any interest in Mass Effect, because depending, the interest people indicate in seeing Mass Effect would go some ways towards influencing how quickly I want to try to end Fallout New Vegas with Randy Orton with his douchey poses he always does. How big of a hurry am I going to be in to finish Fallout New Vegas might be influenced by whether or not I think a lot of people are going to come along for Mass Effect. And if I think Mass Effect within 5 videos is going to be down to like 10 views per video, maybe I won't be in as big a rush to end Fallout. But the other thing about Fallout is, I've been playing it for so frickin' long, and it's a totally open-ended game, it's very difficult to figure out exactly how you're going to end the game. Because you could do like Bobo, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but it kind of felt with Bobo the Vulture and Steambot Chronicles. He really wanted to play that game. He didn't want that LP to end, which is a good thing. It means he was enjoying it. But I got the impression that he had almost as much material in the post-story sandbox play as in the quote LP proper of the story. Fallout New Vegas, it kind of never cuts off. You can't play the game after you get the ending. It warns you when you're about to do the ending mission. South, south, stand up. You get no fun. Move back to plan. Show me no love. South, south, stand up. You got the hunt. And bruh, you going to show him no love. Sorry. Bobo and I came up with some alternate lyrics for some of the songs in this game. That rap is clearly about South, south. They're asking him to stand up. Something, something, show us no love. Yeah, so I don't know how to end Fallout New Vegas. There's 4 different endings. I've got this vague plan to show all 4. There's the ending where you work for the enigmatic person who rules the Vegas Strip at the beginning of the game, Mr. House. There's an ending where you're out for yourself. There's an ending where you support the guys who are clearly the heavies in the upcoming battle, Caesar's Legion. And there's the ending where you support the guys who are ostensibly the good guys, although the game does a good job of making them ambiguous good guys with flaws, the New California Republic. So it sounds like the cool ending is to go in for yourself, but actually the way that you do it, you have to be a real asshole to do it. So if I was only going to show you one, it would probably be the NCR ending, because it's kind of in my nature to support democracy. You know, I work for the U.S., so even if the government is being kind of a douchebag in some ways, it's still the closest thing to like a good, upstanding democratic government that you're going to get in the game. So I was going to show all 4 endings, but maybe people are like, we don't want to see all 4 endings, just do one ending and end it, because that'll feel more like the proper, true ending that this guy earned, the Avatar. And if you see 4 different endings, it's like all of them are cheapened by the other 3 being there. So, you know, give me your thoughts on that. If you're actually watching Fallout New Vegas, or would watch it at the end, don't just throw in your opinion if you're not watching the LP anyway. But there's that. I've had the same companion, Veronica, for almost the entire game. That's not really true. I probably spent more than half of the LP with no companion, but once I got a companion, I got Veronica, and I stuck with her throughout. But there are lots of other companions I could get, so I could you know, have Veronica kind of sit on the bench, and I could play with one of the other companions and do their plotline missions and show you their stuff. But that would extend the LP pretty considerably, actually. So if you're really anxious to see Mass Effect, I probably don't want to do that. I've thought about playing the first Mass Effect game, then coming back to Fallout New Vegas and doing some bonus content, but I don't know if anybody would start watching it, because I'd probably lose the people who were watching in the first place. And I've never really gone back and revisited games once I've played them before, except for, like, you know, stuff where I do little silly one-shot videos like this, or Mumble Roses. And there's also add-on content you can get for Fallout, which at one point I told people I was going to do, but now I'm really having second thoughts. So I guess what I'm saying at great length is, post some comments or PMs with your thoughts on Fallout, if you're watching Fallout. And even if you're not watching Fallout, give me your thoughts on whether or not you'd want to see Mass Effect, and also how you'd want to see Mass Effect. I figure, unless people really, really have a strong preference for something else, I was going to play Mass Effect as Male Shepard, and I was going to go with the virtuous path. It's the most generic way you can play, but since I'm mostly going to be making fun of the silliness of the game's dialogue and delivery, I figured I'd want to go for kind of the generic path anyway. I think I am going to go over half an hour now, but that's no big deal. I've been able to get a little chuckle that I said I was going to keep this short. Last point I want to make, and then I'll do a quick match just to make this feel like an LP video. I just want to let you guys know what's going on with my technical capabilities. I had somebody start raising the specter of Allied General again, which hasn't been raised for a while, but although I knew it wasn't going to work, but they kept sending messages. They told me they were sending messages to another LPer, so it's like, hurry up or they will beat you to the punch on LPing Allied General. They didn't say that, you know. And if that guy's watching, I don't want to sound like I'm being mean to them, but I mean, I knew going in, it's like, okay, this guy has found a website where they've got like the install files for Allied General. He's saying he's got a version that works, but I'm like, no, I know it doesn't work. The reason it didn't work, because I had the actual disk and still couldn't install it. And the only way it was going to be possible that this Allied General was going to work on my PC is if he had literally found something where somebody had gone in and rewritten code for Allied General to get it to work. And Allied General is just too obscure a game. Nobody's doing that. And it turned out to be true. It was just the install files that I already had. The reason I can't get Allied General to work on a Windows 7 PC, apparently some people have been able to get it to work on a Windows 7 PC, and I keep being like, well, just do it exactly like this, follow these exact steps. I mean, the guy didn't say this, but you've seen in other, like, comments and stuff. It's like, well, how stupid are you? The steps are right there. Compatibility mode, Windows Service Pack, blah, blah, compatibility, 256 colors. I mean, are you too stupid to use compatibility? It's like, no. These people are running 16-bit Windows 7. I have the 32-bit Windows 7 operating system. That's why it wouldn't work. So I also then, I found out that there was a PS1 port of Panzer General and Allied General. Now, if you've watched me play Panzer General, or if you've played either game yourself, you know it's very much a keyboard and mouse-driven kind of game. It's not the kind of game that is going to translate well to a control, like, you know, game controller. But they tried, and it's clunky as hell, but, you know, it's not like timing is important in the game, so, you know, command inputs and its precise timing, so you can get around it's frustrating, but you can get around using the game controller. The problem is that it won't work on my PS1 emulator I've got. It glitches out. And I didn't try getting different PS1 emulators. I just had a PS1 emulator that was working perfectly for everything else, and it's not working for Allied General. So Bobo actually went and bought me at a used game place a copy of Allied General for the PS1 with the idea that I could just play it on my working PS2. The PS2 where I famously played Romance of the Three Kingdoms 11 and kept going, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, that one. So I play it on that one. And I also went out and spent money on a component that will take the analog output from the PS2, run it through something that will boost the signal strength to 1080i, give it an HDMI output, so that output can go into the HDMI input on my capture device, and Bob's your uncle. It's like I'm playing old PS1 and PS2 games in high definition. So I plug that device in. If I plug it into my TV, I can play these old PS2 games, and on my big screen high definition flat screen TV, they look pretty good. It's not like, it doesn't look like they were originally rendered in high def, but it makes them look better than they would just running an analog cable. Problem is my capture device, even though it's supposed to be able to take this input, I checked the screen resolution and the refresher rate, the hertz or whatever the heck. It's listing a resolution in hertz that this capture device should be able to work with, but it doesn't. And the capture device I bought on the internet, and it came from China, and their web tech support is limited. So it's kind of like, I'm not going to be able to get any help from the manufacturer because they don't really speak very good English. And it's not like, I don't know what they would do as far as me trying to get a refund. I've used the thing. I've gotten hours and hours of use out of it, so I can't complain but too loud. It's supposed to be able to do this, and it doesn't. So if it was an American company, I might be able to get them to tell me something. But if it's a Chinese company, I'm kind of stuck. So, Allied General, yeah. The deal is, I could still play it. I've still got my old capture thing that I used back when I was playing Bullet Witch and The Warriors. If you go back and look at those old LPs, the resolution and the visuals are much weaker than they are on my current stuff. But it's fucking Allied General, so it's not really bells and whistles anyway. So I guess what I'm getting at is I could play Allied General. I'm kind of frustrated by the fact that the HD doesn't want to work, and therefore I don't know that I'm playing it soon. But it's possible that I'll figure out how to play Allied General using the PS1 port. Whoop-de-doo. In the meantime, if anybody knows like a super technical breakthrough on how to get the AverMedia Rec Central recording device made in China to work better than it is for me, it's producing beautiful quality visuals when it works, but occasionally there's just something glitchy where it doesn't like an input it's supposed to be able to take. If you have super cool thoughts on that, let me know. And now, at long last, after talking forever, I'm going to play SmackDown vs. Raw, just for a minute. I'm going to do like one match. I don't remember exactly how a lot of the controls work. I said this before, but I'll say it again. There's a decent chance I'll lose. But to make it interesting, let's do a Buried Alive match. I'm going to be King Booker. I want to take on, it depends on what superstars are in this game. I don't really remember for sure. Yeah, I didn't think so. Hulk Hogan's not in this game, folks. So I'm going to have to take on... I wanted to do Booker T versus Hulk Hogan for obvious reasons. Instead, I'm going to have to do Booker T versus The Undertaker. Buried Alive. Buried Alive. Buried Alive. God!
His sold-out crowd is on its feet tonight here in St. Louis, Missouri. These fans are
what I should have done.
I'm having a hard time staying in
I should have just recorded myself talking about my my YouTube site for like.
For these St. Louis fans, and I can't wait to get started.
This probably isn't what I'm supposed to do.
And there's the reversal.
Yeah, that probably wasn't what I was supposed to do.
Nice quick counter there.
I remember how to counter though. What I probably should have done then was talk about my website, and then play this game, and then put my commentary over the
Undertaker. Yeah, but you can only stay on top of the mountain for so long, and the dead man's been there for a long
Well, all I can do is Irish whip, but it's working.
That might be true, but I don't see anyone on the horizon who could dethrone the Phenom.
Okay, that's obviously not really that useful to me.
These superstars have been giving it everything they've got all
Just
night.
keep Irish whipping them because I can't get anything else to work.
And that's where the superb conditioning
of
the
crap.
WWE superstars comes into play.
Yeah, you're not going to win a match if you're blown up 2 minutes into it.
You can say that again.
I wanted to, yeah, what I should have done is just recorded me wrestling this match, and I could have, like, talked over, just recorded separately me talking about my website, and then I could have done...
Even if you wind up winning a match like this, you're going to be feeling it for the next week.
Yes, but that's the case if you lose as well, and having to deal with emotional as well as physical pain is that much
physical
worse.
baggage,
Hey,
Michael Cole.
pretty insightful.
I could have just post-dubbed on me talking about my
Well,
side.
I've been in the locker room after a match and seen the superstars who don't get their hands raised. You can literally feel the disappointment radiating.
I don't know how to do any grapple moves other than Irish whips. I obviously knew how to do it when I did that other match with William Regal.
I certainly don't envy the referee in this match.
No kidding. No matter what call you make, you're going to get on the bad side of at least one superstar.
And that's about the last place you want to be if you're not a superstar yourself. Trust me, I know. I don't think anyone in this match has even considered that they might not walk out the winner.
Of course not. That's the kind of attitude that gets you beat quicker than anything.
And that's something I don't think people realize. The mental conditioning of the WWE superstars is just as impressive as the physical conditioning.
Yeah, it's a pretty exciting matchup, the way I keep Irish whipping him. I don't know how to do anything else.
A match like this makes me proud to be part of
And
this
I can
company.
kick. Alright, hold on, that's getting ridiculous. Control type. Damn it, you're not going to explain what the, I was really hoping I could get it to just give me a quick tutorial of what button is what.
A thrill like this anywhere else.
And that's
Yes,
because you're not going to
good.
see athletes like the
You never
WWE
saw the Irish whip
superstars
coming.
anywhere else, Cole.
Oh, there's
You
the...
certainly aren't. They're the greatest athletes in the world. And this is the only place you'll see them doing what they do best.
Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, I got it now.
I love Booker's attitude. He doesn't care what the fans think.
Now I
He's
remember.
focused on winning, and that's it.
Well, he might want to acknowledge the paying customers who make it possible for him to earn a
Some
paycheck.
exciting
Why bother? If they don't buy
buried
a
alive
ticket to
action
cheer
right
on,
there.
They'll buy one to watch him get beaten. Oh man, these WWE fans are fired
No one's going to
up.
get buried alive
They
faster
sure are. And you know
than when they
that's
get hit
going
with
to have an
repeated
effect on this
chops.
match.
I guess I'm working the chest because that was what was damaged during my 5 minutes of not knowing how to do anything except Irish
Half of
whip
the
Taker
Undertaker
into the
style is about
fence.
getting inside his opponent's head. If you can keep your cool
He's
in
like
the
the
ring
Dream
with
Master.
it,
He's
you
Wong
got a
Jong getting in your
chance.
head. Oh,
But you're
shoot.
not taking into account the power and experience of the dead man. You can't forget about that.
Of course you can. The man's a legend. That's why I didn't bother mentioning it.
Here we go.
I think we might be looking at the future of the WWE in this ring tonight.
This is
Wouldn't surprise
exciting
me
right
one
here.
bit.
Rest
This is a
holds
great
and a
match. The fans are definitely
gimmick
into
match
it.
like this.
And that's what really matters. If the WWE
He can't get out of my
fans aren't
chin
happy,
lock.
They'll let you know
I'm
it.
wrenching away at the chin lock. I remembered how to do that. LB plus
I think these
LT.
fans
But
have had just about
now I
enough
got a
of King
showmanship meter
That's
saved
because
up.
these fans have no respect for his
Fans are totally
accomplishments.
rooting for
Don't
Booker
forget,
T.
he's a
And it's exciting chin locks.
five-time
You like my
WCW
chin lock?
champion.
Suck up.
WCW was a long time ago, partner, and quite frankly, Booker's attitude was a lot better in those days.
Yeah, well, his attitude won him the World Heavyweight Championship here on SmackDown.
Basically,
And that's
Michael Cole
something
just
all the
pissing on
cheering fans
WCW
in
there.
The world couldn't do for him.
Rub your chin, sucker. Queen, come get you some.
The Undertaker's got an impressive history here in WWE.
Of
but
getting
you're
chin
only
lock.
as good as your last match.
How can you say say that.
Work the leg. Try to damage as many body parts as I can here.
Undertaker has earned his rep, no doubt about it, but you got to know when to
Randy Orton douche pose.
line between legend and has been.
How you gonna get out of coffin with your legs broke, Undertaker?
The Undertaker might be a has-been. That could be hazardous to your health.
Maybe that's why I didn't come out and say it then. I'm just saying.
Look out! He's measuring his opponent.
Bam! Scissors kick.
Bam!
His opponent out cold. You gotta watch out for your opponent when they're getting fired up like this.
Problem is, I don't know how to.
It's so great
Don't know how to do the spinneroonie, which is what I really want to
I
do.
had a feeling they're going to wind up against each other sooner or later.
There were times when it seemed like it wasn't going to happen, but I can't tell you how glad I am that it did.
You know, as a fan of Booker T, the last one I'd want to see him feuding with is The Undertaker. As I mentioned to Grimmett during a previous conversation, when your favorite wrestler feuds with The Undertaker, you just know they're going to lose.
Man,
Let's go give him another scissors kick here.
Oh
no! Booking!
Instead of pandering to the fans, you should really keep your head in the match.
Come on.
I think in this one you can steal your opponent's finisher with the showman. Oh, I wish I remembered how to do that. I think you have to have.
These superstars are at the top of their game, but
you might need to have two things saved up to do that.
His hand raised at the end of this one.
Undertaker, you got no chance, sucker.
This has been a great match so far.
So what?
Booker T, particularly in the King Booker gimmick, couldn't beat like a jobber without cheating. They turned him evil, and then like he became completely worthless as anything except cheating.
Deserves credit for it.
He's got his opponent right where he wants him.
And I can't remember how to steal a finisher.
Look at this.
I think I gotta look it up. I have to. I'm sorry, this video's already going insanely long, but I have to look this up. So, how you guys doing? Are you enjoying watching Booker T take down The Undertaker? SmackDown versus Raw 2008. Thank you, Google Machine. Steal finisher, and then stealing taunts. Okay, well, those are probably both useful to know. Oh, it's like, press right analog stick. This is the PSP. Press the right analog stick with full momentum with triangle. That's the PS3 version. I need to find the... Shoot, no, that's the PSP version, actually. But it's definitely right analog stick with some other button. I want to like tombstone The Undertaker. That'd be awesome. First of all, I want to like damage every part of his body into red, and then
You know, I like Booker a lot better before he discovered his royal heritage.
Yeah, but it wasn't until he stopped caring about the fans that he finally won the World Heavyweight Championship.
What's the point of being champion if you lose the respect?
need to figure out how to damage his arms too.
Oh, wait, I think I'm asking the wrong person.
Great thing is that if this was like a submission match, I'd probably have already won with the chin lock
So
there.
have I. It's certainly been one of the most anticipated matchups in recent weeks.
And usually when you got that kind of
Just stay down, man.
Expectation, but these superstars aren't having any trouble doing that.
They sure aren't. And that's an impressive
You
thing
take him down,
in and of itself.
then get him back up.
This capacity
shoot.
crowd is certainly getting its money's worth here tonight.
And it's a good thing, too. If they're not buying tickets, we're not getting paychecks.
Damn it, that's not gonna work. Ah, man, sorry. Go on to the Xbox 360 page for this game. My gosh, it sent me to GameFAQs, but great. There's like freaking 17 pages worth of games to start with. Oh, but So yeah, pretty exciting video, huh? With lots of pausing. I know that's what you guys tuned in for, right? Yeah. But you're gonna get to watch King Booker give Undertaker the tombstone and then put him into a damn casket. That's gonna be worth the price of admission. How in the world am I not seeing SmackDown versus Raw anywhere? Oh, it's probably under WWE SmackDown versus Raw. Go away, survey. Which means I won't find it. It's like, I'll go to the last page of the W's. It's not in the W's. WCD. No, it's not. Oh, WWE would be WW, not WE. Yeah, so you get to find out how weak my knowledge of the actual alphabet and how it works is. Game balance, sound balance, and game. Oh, there's a lot of information here I don't really care about. Okay. Ultimate control grapple. Press and hold the R button and left or right button plus 0. Any directional button will use an analog stick. Oh, okay. Triangle button. It doesn't actually show it in this. Oh, god damn it. I'm also going to have trouble when I get to the point where I'm trying to when I try to get to the point where I'm going to put him in the actual casket, it's going to take forever. I'll just search for steel. Nothing was found. Oh, good grief. Go to the board. It's been, you know, it's a game from many, many years ago, but steel. Search the board for steel. Stealing taunts. How do you steal a taunt? When stealing finishers. How do you powerbomb your opponents on the steel STEAL steps? That's pretty awesome. Y plus taunt. Man. I can figure out how to steal the taunt, but not the finisher.
I don't think we'll have to worry about selling tickets the next...
It takes guts to turn an opponent's taunt.
There he goes.
Like that. No superstar in the locker room can afford to ignore the WWE fans.
You're right about that.
It takes a lot of guts. No WWE superstar. Are these things related in any way, Booker? I mean, King JBL, whatever the hell your name is.
When I first heard about this match, I wasn't sure what to think, but these superstars are...
I wasn't sure what to think, but I did not expect Booker T to be stealing Taker's taunts and dominating the match while Taker just doesn't fight back at all. That was not what I was expecting in this match.
But I'll talk about getting stuck with you as a broadcast partner some other time.
Boom. Zing. We really owned Cole there.
Man, this one's turned into a fight, pure and simple.
We knew it was going to be intense. We knew it was going to be physical. But I don't think anyone was prepared for this.
I got to admit, it took me by surprise, and that doesn't happen often.
That's an understatement.
Okay, I guess the arm wringer thing does affect his arms.
We both called hundreds more. We usually have a pretty good idea of what to expect, but not this time.
I guess it just goes to show you anything can happen here in the WWE.
Look at this. No fear on the face of
There we go.
Yeah,
oh no, you do not want him doing that right while you're trying to spin. He didn't spin a Rooney. What the hell?
Look at him. He's just radiating.
Look at him. He's actually going to spin a Rooney this time. You! Woo!
could come back to bite him.
And he just got punched in the face.
Anyone who thinks his business is a piece of cake should get into
Oh
the
no,
ring
I got
with
countered out of
these
my bookend.
superstars.
I guess you can only hit about 30 finishers on a guy before they start fighting back a little bit.
Trained WWE professionals.
I think these superstars are going to keep it up until they've got literally nothing
Makoto,
left
keep it
to
up.
give.
And that's the attitude you have to take to win. You know that your opponent isn't going to hold anything back, and you can't afford to either.
I'd love to know where you're coming up with this stuff, because it sure ain't from personal experience. Come on, quit showing off.
Here we
It's a
go.
wrestling match.
Here we go.
There it comes.
Yeah!
We've seen this before. He's been wrestling his style of match, and he's coming up on a big payoff.
The adrenaline
And
is
now
building.
they are
The crowd
warped
is
into a
coming
fantasy
alive. This is what
realm.
They came to see.
They came to see Booker T giving their most beloved, iconic wrestler his own finisher. I kind of doubt that, Michael Cole. I don't think that's what most of the fans came here for. Now, how do I get out of the ring? There you go.
I hope this isn't the last time we see these superstars face off.
Although I expect that it's the last time we'll ever see Booker T if he freaking continues to humiliate The Undertaker like this. He's just going to get fired, that's all.
I disagree. Getting the crowd on your side can be a huge psychological boost.
I just start doing repeated spin-roonies over here. Greatest match ever.
Man, what a match.
The most
Kids,
epic
if you're
match in the
watching this,
history of
don't
No
try to
Mercy.
stuff at
I
home.
should have said this at WrestleMania. I think I could have.
That's why they love him.
Who cares what they think? All he's doing here is giving his opponent a chance to recover.
Oh no, my finisher meter went down from that.
He's obviously making fun of his opponent here.
How am I losing finisher from there? You go. That's what I
Look
want
at
to see.
this. He's using his opponent's taunt against him.
Repeatedly. And the fans are getting sick of it.
Night after night, the
We
WWE
pretend it's all right.
superstars never fail to amaze the fans.
And that's a good thing. I don't even like to think about where we'd be if they didn't.
Well, we wouldn't be sitting here calling this match, that's for sure.
And
Try
there's
to
the
stomp the
count.
leg out. That's the only way I can think of to damage those arms.
I know I say this a lot, but it ain't
I know I say this a lot, but Fox News is the best news source in America.
Take some punishment.
And to dish some out as well.
Can't-
I don't think I've
I
ever
haven't really
seen
got
a
anything
superstar win a match
that I can
by
do
being
to
a tackling
break up
dummy.
in his face. You can get people to bleed in this game. That's probably not going to do it.
Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness.
These fans know what he's got planned.
They sure do, and
Oh.
there it is, the bookend.
Okay, well apparently I thought I'd figured out how to do his own finisher against him, but I guess I just kind of
This has
didn't.
been a great match so far, but I think it's pretty obvious which way it's going.
Yeah, I think it is actually
Are you
fairly
willing to go
obvious.
out on a limb and actually make a guess then?
There's no guesswork involved, but if you're going to be snippy, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
Wow, if I knew it was that easy, I would have said that years ago.
It's like they're a married couple bickering.
I've got to
Oh,
admit
no.
it. I'm impressed.
I
by
got
the
to admit it.
superstars'
These
performance
repeated
here
arm
tonight.
ringers by Booker T are not what I was expecting in this match.
But this is even better than I'd hoped.
Come on, man. Try to grab me so I can reverse it.
Superstars have got anything,
then I can
that's
do
some
this.
Impressive trash talking right there.
Oh, that's not what I meant to do, but it still seemed to work.
This one's going to keep going until someone can't go anymore.
And considering the
Including
conditioning of
possibly
these
the
athletes,
audience.
that could be quite a while from now.
Come on, Undertaker. Come on, Undertaker. Coming for you. I'm stealing your
These
finisher.
superstars have proven time and
African
again that they're
American.
willing and able to go the distance.
Well, you don't get too far in this business if you're not.
That's for sure, partner. There's always someone right behind you, ready to
Oh.
overtake you if you can't
I guess this
keep
is where
up.
we got to go, huh? All right, so
Look at these superstars
Oh.
go. It's
What
obvious
button
that
am I-
they
what am I
run their hold
tapping?
on each other.
That's for sure. This match might have been over by now if they hadn't.
90% of a match is in the preparation. You got to come in ready for battle.
Get in there, motherfucker. Oh, I think I'm actually going to win this match.
What a match. I've got no idea
what
these superstars are going to do next.
Well, that was kind of an anticlimax, but he rested in peace, folks. That's what counts. The Undertaker suffering a humiliating and entirely one-sided loss against comic relief bad guy commentator Booker T. Who else? What else could we have expected but a totally dominating performance by the current commentator Booker T? I mean, that's who the smart money was on. Nobody thought Undertaker was going to win a buried alive match with Booker T. I only wish I'd actually, I had some pretty sweet spots. If I timed it so that I could have actually, I was spitting on the grave Booker, that doesn't seem wise. Now, if by some crazy miracle, evil Booker T won a match against Undertaker and buried him alive, possibly, but like, is some kind of storyline angle involving, like, you know, knocking him out with, what do you call that stuff, you dose a rag and you put it in somebody's face and it knocks them out. I can't remember what the chemical's called. Or something where like 80 guys attacked Undertaker before the match started. You could do all this. And then like right in the middle of his posing and celebrating of something go bong. And then like special effect lightning would hit the grave and Booker T would run away and be like, oh, spook, oh, move away. And then the Undertaker would burst out and they'd set up the next pay-per-view where Booker T would get destroyed. But in this match, no, that's the beauty of the Xbox. Undertaker can be thoroughly humiliated in a way that could never happen in real life. So I'm sure that video went well over half an hour, but I think it was fun anyway. I'm the Serious JG. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. And remember, the super quick version of what I said before was no more filler videos in the Diablo playlist. I've given up. Watch me and Zerfall playing King's Quest games together over on his channel, which I've got a link to it on my channel page. He's one of my recommended LPers. Fallout New Vegas, give me your thoughts on how you want to see that LP end, and whether you'd like it to continue for a while, and whether or not you're excited about Mass Effect. And just a little update information on why I'm not playing a lot of PS2 games and PS1 games, and I'm frustrated and sad, but it ain't currently happening, but Allied General might still happen, it just won't be in high def. So, that's it, folks. And remember, as Booker T once told us all, can you dig it, sucker?